All right. You got some news in Mayhem?
I do. A little hot button topic. Elon Musk is in the news. Says that his trans child was figuratively killed by the woke mind virus and vows to destroy it. Quote,
Let me ask you this. What do you think most America, Adam? Mayhem, I'll open this up to you, too. You think, when you find out, like, most Americans, and you go, most Americans have less than $400 in their savings account. Most Americans
that's
make...
not true. That's not true during COVID.
Sorry,
during COVID, I gave everybody $50 on Venmo.
Most Americans average $41,000 a year or something. Do you think if you got to that most American...
Yeah.
And you said, look, you got a 9-year-old boy, right? Yeah. Love him? Yeah. You'd be pretty pissed if we went gay or trans or any of that. And they go, fuck yeah, I'd be pissed if that happened because I make $41,000 a year and this is middle America. Okay, I'm going to give you a choice. I'm going to offer you a brand new Pontiac Trans Am. We're going to flip a coin, but if it lands on heads, your boy's transitioning. So there's a $61,000 car.
Yeah.
There's be way more. I mean, all you got is Glenn Powell's beat up Ram Dooley in the driveway. This is $61,000 Pontiac Trans Am. As a matter of fact, I'll get you the one Burt Reynolds drove in Smoking the Bandit. That thing's worth like $250K.
Up the ante.
But if it lands on tails, your son's transitioning.
So you're asking how many people would take that?
What percentage of those guys, especially if you got hold of them after like 3 beers?
Oh, my God. I think they'd all take the deal.
Don't you think?
Yeah, they'd all go for it.
I think
they'd want
would.
the car. Also, I think people in the Midwest, after a couple cocktails, are DFW, down for whatever. Second time I ever headlined, I was in Kansas City at the Improv, and I had 3 different sets of swingers. Only one were actually swingers. The other 2 were just like, you can fuck my wife, and I'll watch if you want. And I was like,
wow.
Rain check? You know? And not to say that the woman didn't seem like they'd be a blast, but these guys didn't seem like the guys that were cool with it. I think they wanted to be cool with it. Also, I'm like, hey, man, I just started headlining. Maybe go down to one of the theaters and ask an actual comedian.
Right. So
like I struggled through 45 minutes.
So you think most would be down with the coin toss?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mayhem?
Well,
would you toss the coin?
I mean, I don't have a son, but I mean, sure. Let's get into
See,
this
my
topic.
thing is I'm wealthy, but I am also a car guy, so I think I'd have to do that.
I think also when you get drunk in the Midwest and you get this like overwhelming sense of just like, there's no way God would let that happen anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
There'd be divine, like Trump's ear.
Yes.
Like there's intervention.
Yes. What do you think of those bandages, by the way? Would you wear one of those bandages? If you were somebody out there that was a diehard, there's certain things. Look, you wear the shirt of the band that you like, right? So there's some sort of a comparison there. But
I'll wear my Journey shirt, but with the Asian kid on it.
Sure,
you know what I mean? Not the Steve Perry one. A new Journey.
Yeah. Well, you're progressive.
Well, the interesting thing about this story is that he said that he was kind of tricked into letting his kid go on puberty blockers.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Puberty blockers.
When things are new, people tend to sort of go along, especially when there's nothing, let's just say there's no stigma or energy or societal whatever attached to something. Like when people go, well, man, the Patriots, man, they're a dynasty. And then people will have no problem go, fuck them, I'm from New York, I'm not a Trump, fuck the Patriots. I said fuck the Patriots way more after they got really popular and good. But you can't do that with COVID or Black Lives Matter or trans, whatever. When shit comes along, people go, I agree with, essentially, I don't want to get into trouble.
Right.
I don't want to get ostracized. I'm not stepping, I'm going along with COVID. I'm going along with BLM. I'm going along with the trans, whatever, because I don't want to get thrown out of the society or the cocktail parties I attend. So and then at a certain point, people wake up a little to it, but I get it at the beginning. My thing is I got boy-girl twins, and if they wanted to transition one of my kids, and I think this is a fair take. I would assume it'd be my daughter. My son's, he wants to watch good quality cinema, not dad drink and watch Damnation Alley, Chad Michael Vincent, Ernest Borgnine.
Well, nobody's perfect.
But here's a policy. If she wants to transition my daughter into a boy, I'm going to be like, that's fine, but I got boy-girl twins. and that's permanent.
Yeah.
So you can transition into the boy, but you're going to have to talk the boy into cutting his dick off. I'm not buying new clothes. You know what I mean?
I do.
got boy-girl twins.
I do, yeah.
So walk down the hall,
If you
make
can
that
have that
pitch.
conversation.
If
Yeah.
hey, if it works, tell me.
Totally. Shark Tank it up.
Yeah, I'll cut a check tonight. But you're going to have to talk the boy into it because I got boy-girl twins.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
not
got
fucking that ratio
I got
up.
2 boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it caused a
I think that's
huge-
fair.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I have no problem with that.
I think it's progressive.
I think Judge
Well, it
Judy would
caused-
agree.
Yeah.
It caused a huge riff, and you know his now son, daughter now.
How old now is the
18 now, and has changed his name back to the mother's last name.
I would be the greatest Elon Musk son ever.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, what do you want to do tonight, Papa? What are you going to do? Hey, looking good, Dad. You lost weight?
Yeah.
I bet you have. The fucking genius. You're a genius.
You're a genius.
What do I do?
Yeah. Beef him up.
I'll get another Tesla. I want I got some ideas about where we could tunnel. You know what I mean? You were talking about Sepulveda Pass. I know I've been working out stuff. What do you need, Dad? You need a cold one? Someone could use a cold one. Sit down. Let me get your slippers.
Wow.
I'll get you slippers.
Yeah.
Hey, Elon Musk, if he was your dad, I'd be like, I'm going to be flying rocket ships, burrowing through the Sepulveda Pass, driving an electric car before I'll drive the Tesla with the 700-mile range before anyone ever sees one for 3 years. Like Leonardo DiCaprio won't get his fucking hands on this car for 3 full years. I'll be circling the globe. I would do nothing but kiss that guy's ass.
You never have to work if you're Elon Musk's kid, right?
Well, unless you go full transition and then he disowns you and now you're dead to him. Like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And this has implications for California too, because of this kind of woke leftist thing, he vowed to move the California headquarters for SpaceX to Texas. So he's out of Hawthorne over to Texas. Done. Yeah, he's really.
Listen, when
against
your
it.
dad is Jim Carolla, you don't need to do a lot of ass kissing because that dog don't hunt. You know what I mean? It's not like, well, he's going to leave me his Bugatti collection one day.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. My dad's got a flugelhorn that I bought him 7 years ago. That's all he's worth. He's got nothing. You don't need to kiss Jim Carolla's ass for 10 seconds. But if your dad is Elon Musk,
I think so.
you fucking better.
Is there a probably? I'm going to give you a choice of dads, and you tell me which one you would take. If there was a game show hosted by Lopez,
Okay.
called "Pick a New Dad," right?
Okay.
I'm going to give you some choices of dads, some from TV, some from the film world.
Okay.
All right, here we go. In no particular order. Tom Selleck. I'm going to list you 5, and you give me the reasons why or why not.
All right.
Tom Selleck.
All right, you want me to jump in or you want to keep going?
What's more fun? List of 5 and then you go down the line, or
I'll jump in. Selleck, too tall, too good looking. You couldn't bring any chicks home without them going like, "Where's your dad? Maybe we could hang out with him a little bit." You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then there'd be that thing where you'd be 19 and you'd try to grow your first mustache and you'd like walk in and you'd be going, "It's coming in
Never
pretty good right
measures
here."
up.
Hold my beer.
you dumb fucking idiot.
fucking idiot.
You fucking piece of shit. Yeah. He
Bring
definitely-
around the Ferrari 308. I'm going to take my mustache for a walk.
He's also, he's also the dad that has no, like, let's say you bring over like your chubby best friend. He has no problem being like, "Hey, Jacob, I'm surprised you can see the soccer ball out there with your big ass tits bopping you in the face."
Yeah.
And you're like,
he's
"Oh,
up.
Mr. Selleck.
Too perfect.
Too perfect.
good.
All right, so Selleck's out. Reginald Vell Johnson from Family Matters.
Also, you could never break into acting because
No.
he's such a good actor
Yeah.
that even when he's doing those mutual home refund commercials, I'm like, that guy's
perfect.
got chops.
He's perfect.
He's taking his time. It's a 60-second spot. He's finding moments in it. You know, and he's no fucking bum rush, no Billy Mays selling a sham wow. He's like walking, sits on a dock, looks at a pond, takes a few beats, turns toward the camera. Very conversational, very organic.
That's what he's built for. He has conversational, organic. Also, I bet I would be willing to say that if you put Glenn Powell and Tom Selleck across from each other to swap sex stories.
Or sex stories, yeah.
Or dimples, I'm willing to bet that Selleck's just beat him by a...
It's too much, man. All right, dad from Alf?
No, the dad from Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Reginald Vell Johnson.
Oh, okay. He's funny, diverse.
Yep.
I think people would like the diversity.
Sure.
I don't, my cabinet is not that diverse.
Sure.
I'm, as I say to people, I'm not racist, but I'm on the spectrum.
Sure.
We're all have thoughts about groups,
We're all on the spectrum a little bit.
And I think a black dad would be helpful. Did he play a cop in that?
In Die Hard?
Yes.
No.
He did play
in Family
Die Hard
Matters.
also.
Yeah.
Was he cop in Family Matters?
Yes, he was, yeah.
I like the law on my side, so for those reasons, I feel pretty good, but I don't know who the third offering is.
Well, the third offering is going to throw you off a bit, and it's, it was a late edition, and I know that he is not a dad currently, but I think he's looking to be once he gets out of jail, and that's Jared from Subway.
That's strong.
So he's sitting on a lot of cash. Obviously, he's looking to, shift his image into a lighter sphere.
I think when he gets out, he could move over to Quiznos. And the reason I say that, or, Jersey Mike's,
Dear God, is that him in jail?
Get rid of Danny DeVito.
Oh my God. Why does he kind of look like Gary, who used to work here?
He does look like Gary Smith, yeah. And he's slender.
He's slender.
Down,
Wow.
Smiling.
He's slim, but this is what happens when a guy...
When's he due to get out, is the question.
Oh, boy. You know what? I think he was like, I need to drop so much weight that I'm unrecognizable. Because he looks like he's going through something. Like, he looks like he's a couple days fresh off of like some sort of, being in remission. He's
got a little AIDS. He's got a little AIDS. All right, here's what my thing.
He's also dressed like a J.C. Penney like model that they were like, he sent in this picture to J.C. Penney and they're like, yeah, we're all good, man. Your legs are too hairy and you fuck kids.
He's out in 5 short years.
He's out in 5 years.
Oh, wow.
That feels way too soon.
What you should do? You should do a crazy political stunt where you pick him up at prison.
Yeah.
And then people like, comedian Adam Ray.
Oh, no, I'll do as Joe.
Why are you picking up from prison? And you just go, I live near the prison. I was on my way to the airport, and he was getting out on that day, so I'll give him a ride.
I knew he wasn't going to have a ride.
I knew he wasn't going to have a ride.
I knew no one's going to step up and be that friend.
He probably doesn't have an Uber app because he's been in the joint. His phone smells like asshole.
What is your first? Yeah, what is your first move if you're Jared from Subway and you get out of jail? Do you go
telling you
to Subway?
I'm telling you the move. No. You go to Quiznos, and you go. You've just found your new spokesperson for Quiznos, and they go, what? And you go, listen to me. Subway's got a 61% market share. Jersey Mike's got a 38%. Quiznos, you guys are 7.3% of the market share in the sandwich department.
Yeah.
Okay, would you like to make a move? Would you like to make a bold move?
Yeah.
Because you're not duking it out for the top spot. No. You're fucking bringing up the rear Quiznos. It's toasty. People have toasters. It's 2029 because I just got paroled. So I jumped ahead. So listen to me, Quiznos.
Subway just came out with a 9-foot-long cookie. Like they're desperate.
Do you remember back in the day when there'd be that jelly commercial, Smucker's Jelly? Yeah. And you know what their motto was?
What?
With a name like Smucker's, you got to be good.
That's all it took?
They went right to number one. With a name, find the commercial, Byron. With a name like Smucker's, you got to be good. Now.
That was better than their first slogan. Even the Jews like it.
Yeah. Now, I will be your new spokesperson, and I will address the elephant in the room. Convicted pedophile?
Yeah.
New spokesperson for Quiznos? Yeah. That's how good our sandwiches are. And I drop the fucking mic and I walk away.
Yeah.
And I'll do it in underoos.
Wow.
I'll do this shit in kids' pajamas.
Yeah.
All right. And you don't think America's going to talk?
They're going to talk, yeah.
P.T. Barnum said there's no bad publicity.
People are going into Quiznos just to see.
They will fucking come in. You better have a lot of provolone ready to go the following day because there's going to be a rush on your shit. And look, it's okay. I'm sure Smucker's ad was controversial in 1977. They went, that's my grandfather's name. We're the Smucker's family. Yeah, but it's a lame name.
Yeah.
Well, this is that. 49 years later because I'm paroled. We have the commercial. It's a real commercial from my childhood. And I remember being young going,
these guys nailed it.
Yeah, he's saying, our product is so good, we have this shit name.
Yeah. What do you think's better, that or Little Caesars just pizza? I mean, what's lazier?
The laziest is What Can Brown Do For You?
Oh, yeah.
And rapper poet Common. Just going Common. You don't want like Malibu G-Wagon or something cool? No, just Common.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got. All right, let's see the commercial. Sorry.
Is Smucker's grape jelly your favorite?
Naturally.
Did you know that Smucker's has no artificial
Same music
ingredients?
playing behind
You know
Jared
the
for my
fresh taste of
Quiznos.
strawberries in the morning?
Naturally.
Yeah, this is like Nintendo
Smucker's is
pregame music.
naturally good because it's naturally made. No preservatives, artificial flavoring, or coloring. So naturally, Smucker's
I'll have hero
is
shots of the
America's favorite.
sandwich.
You
Wow,
like the big
mom
18
just
ounce
slaving away.
Naturally.
I love my life. My husband told me to make 48 sandwiches by 9 p.m. or I have to move out. With a name like Smucker's, it's got to be good.
But you got to have one that says with a name like, I would call that the Smucker's Naturally Good campaign.
Yeah.
But I would look for the one where he says Byron with a name like Smucker's.
It's got to be
It has to be good. It says it, but then we'll say it in the thing.
Is that Casey Kasem doing the VO? With a name like Smucker's, it's got to be good.
It sounded like
I don't know if he did VO.
there was an actor who was in. All right, now Dawson's got to look. There was an old-timey actor who got to be an old-timey actor for a long time. And he was in a TV series called The Paper Chase. And he was old-timey, and you'll kind of remember the name. And he did a lot of VO work. And he had a weird first name that was like Chancellor Johnson or something. It was a weird name. He had a weird first name. He was one of these guys that...
It's John Houseman.
Oh, is that John Houseman?
Nice.
Oh, he was in The Paper Chase, but that's not the guy who did that voice. There's somebody else. You got to read. All right, I'll figure out this actor. It's going to drive me nuts. Go ahead, Mayhem Miller.
Well, also in the news, a mind-boggling story. A woman shoots baby in the leg over
Yeah.
$100 drug debt.
Yeah, look, we don't know if that baby was eyeballing her.
I know.
Could have been
That was my
eyeballing
first
her.
thought. Philadelphia woman accused of shooting a 7-month-old baby in the leg over $100 narcotics debt, police said.
I'm surprised what people will do over, $100. We're almost at the point. I mean, we're getting to the point where the $100 is a tip when you and 4 of your buddies go out to a steakhouse
Sure.
and have a few martinis
Sure.
and a few appetizers. We're now in tip territory, but
Yeah.
people still shoot babies for $100.
Yeah. The shooting occurred on July 18th around 5:52 p.m. Kind of late afternoon in a neighborhood in northeast Philadelphia. Police said in a news release. When police arrived at the scene, they found evidence of gunfire, but no victims. Shortly after beginning their investigation, police learned about a baby who had been shot in the leg and taken to a hospital by a private vehicle.
You know what, though? That baby is going to go on to great things. Because that's the kind of story, when they're telling in the Olympics in
Shot as a baby.
61. And
Yeah.
they're going, now, has his eyes set on the 220 hurdles. Shot as an infant.
Yeah.
They said he wouldn't walk. Boom. Here we are.
They said he wouldn't walk.
Yeah.
They said he would never hurdle.
They'd never hurdle. But now here he is.
And then
Shot in the leg.
And then they interviewed the doctor that was like, well, I mean, it's not a crazy thing for me to say that the baby was shot and it would never walk. It was a fucking baby. It was like, everyone's acting like I'm the dickhead. Like, all right, dude, you got to take it down a notch. This is the Olympics.
I don't think doctors actually hand out the "you'll never walk again" as liberally.
Who
as
comes in and
everyone
deliver
says.
that?
I don't think anyone does that. I don't. First off, the person's been in a horrific car accident. They come out of the coma. They're going to be
You're up
bedridden for the next 6 months. Is there really how much information about? You know what I mean?
Don't kick them while they're down.
Yeah, you're going to be, look, you're going to be in bed for a while. You can watch your Price is Right. Here's some Jell-O. You just chillax. We're going to get, like, potential.
Yeah.
Things if you'll never. Did you like pickleball?
Sure.
Never. Not playing pickleball.
What about jumping
Can I
jacks?
have your racket?
Yeah. Oh,
no.
God.
What'd you call it? Jumping what?
Jumping jacks.
All right. Anything with the word jumping in it, gone. You understand? Unless you're pushed out of an airplane and attached to an instructor.
Yeah,
but there
yeah.
will be no jumping for you.
Man.
Any other shit you like to do?
I don't know. I'm pretty into
Wakeboarding?
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
What about standing up fucking?
No.
What?
No. Barely missionary. I don't think you pull off doggy without a grab bar, son.
Barely missionary feels like every porn that Mormons have seen from ages 20 to 25.
We have the Smuckers one that I probably would have
Finally.
preferred in the first place because it has the words in it.
Smuckers picks the best fruit, so American families pick Smuckers. That's because Smuckers tastes naturally delicious. No preservatives, no artificial ingredients. Smuckers insists on the best fresh fruit taste. Always has, always will. So you can trust the taste of Smuckers, flavor after flavor, jar after jar. With a name like Smuckers, it has to be good.
This part of the Jared presentation. I'm going to roll this.
I think you play this up top, and then you just cut immediately hard cut to a picture of Jared.
No, I'm
Fresh
going
out
to
of
pull a
prison.
graph out.
Okay.
And we go Smuckers before with a name like Smuckers because it used to be Smuckers back in the 70s. They would just go jelly, like the pizza.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, didn't work.
Right.
They were pulling up the rear. They had 14% of the market share. Then we went with this controversial campaign.
Yeah.
86% of the market share.
Wow.
6 months later, Quiznos. Are you ready for a rocket sled ride to the moon?
I don't think you can handle it.
And look, everyone loves Toasty. There's no doubt. But tell that to fucking Subway because they are literally eating your lunch. You see this pitch? It's strong,
I
right?
think Quiznos can also come out, if they're looking for a plan B, they can also just come out and be like, we got a new turkey ranch in Swiss. It's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
You know, it's also something we don't do? Fuck kids. Hi,
Yeah.
we're Quiznos. Remember
right.
Subway and all that kid fucking?
Listen,
That's
can I
not
be
us.
honest with you?
We got tasty meats, but no tasty kids.
I was going to go with Timberlake, but then he got that DUI, and I don't want that kind of negativity attached to this campaign. That's
Right.
why I'm going with Jared.
Okay.
Okay? First off,
He's cheaper.
he's got a name. Fogle. From Subway's
It's
not a name.
recognizable. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not the sheriff of Nottingham.
Wow,
Do you
yeah.
understand? The sheriff has a name.
Yeah.
And there's a new sheriff in town. His name is Jared Fogle.
I forgot his last name was Fogle. That sounds rapey.
Yeah.
Like the name sometimes gives you everything you need to know.
You know, I don't
Carolla,
know.
that guy's not doing damage. That guy stays in his
No,
lane.
he knows.
Fogle, dude, that's close to Fraggle, and they live downstairs.
I don't know. Now, it could
Man.
be shortened.
If this guy shows up to a pickup game at 24 Hour Fitness, you're just looking at him being like, dude, you look like you sweat too much. Just stay on the perimeter. Can you shoot threes? He's like, how many kids? You go, no, dude, can you shoot threes?
I'm gonna rep him when he gets out.
Okay.
All right, you pick him up at the,
I mean-
prison, bring him to my office.
I mean, this guy, dude, he can't, guys that can't smile, he doesn't even know how to smile anymore. Not that he ever did. You know what's so funny about that documentary, too? Nothing's funny about it. That was a weird way to start
Michael
that
Jackson
sentence.
one?
No, the Fogle one.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh,
one.
it's fucking wild. The way he got caught it's fascinating. What I also forgot is how famous he was.
Yeah.
It opens up by people in high school talking about him in college, and he was just a nice, unassuming guy, and yeah, he was big. We were all kind of worried for him. And then all of a sudden she sees him in the local paper, and it's like, local fat fuck, like loses 300 pounds eating tuna rolls, And then and then all of a sudden she sees him on, and then Subway picked it up because there was a local story that was done where he was like, I just ate Subway sandwiches for 14 days and I lost, these used to be my pants and now these are my pants.
Yeah.
And so Subway was like, dude, you're doing all the work for us. And I guess what I am getting at is that like the ads, they were like, I mean, he was on every show. He was like the Johnny Manziel of sandwiches. Remember how Manziel was the most famous guy in the world for about 3 years?
In a world and flow from the insurance commercial,
I'd argue to say he's more famous.
more popular than David Hasselhoff or whoever, but celebrity, because you go, oh, Lena Dunham. It's like, 300,000 people watched Girls and no one gave a fuck. You know what I mean? Now, things can be darlings of the New York Times and things like that, but
He had universal appeal.
There's no real viewership anymore. This guy, and you do that too, where you go like, well, this guy does a late night show, but he does it on Netflix. And you go, I don't have Netflix, but this guy's on every net. He's on every network.
Every network,
You
man.
see him everywhere.
He made the rounds. He was doing radio interviews, TV spots. Leno would be like, how many sandwiches a day do you eat? And he was like, well, when I have to fit it in between all the kids, What do you mean?
who
We're going to
wouldn't
take a break.
recognize Who wouldn't recognize Jared from Subway by name?
Well, not by name, yeah.
Not by body.
It's synonymous now. You think of Subway, I think of Jared right after.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But not if I'm Quiznos.
Well, now you're going to think Quiznos. It's going to work.
It's going to work. It's
I'm
not
telling
bad.
you it's going to work.
I don't know if I'll pick them up, but I'll definitely support the change.
Okay.
Last news story we got is the Secret Service director resigns after the Trump shooting. And her name is Kimberly Cheadle, is thrown in the towel at a federal agency after the bungled attempted assassination of Donald Trump and all the scrutiny that's followed.
Yeah, see, they should. If you get run over and killed in a car, you want to get killed on the way to the gym.
Yeah.
Not on the way home from the gym.
Right.
You don't want to fucking run on a treadmill for 45 minutes and sweat your ass off and then be walking home from the gym and get cleaned out by a drunk driver.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And when you're going to resign from being the head of the Secret Service, you want to do it before you step into Congress and get railed on by Republicans over and over and completely verbally destroyed and pummeled for 11 hours.
Yes.
Do it on the way in. Don't go fucking take the destruction that you just received and then bow out. Now, I think she had another day coming her way too, but she just had to sit there and get verbally abused for 17 hours, and then she went home and quit. And it's all on tape, by the way, now. She could have saved herself that by doing this. But let's really work out conspiracy theories for a second.
All right.
Now, I was telling this to Dr. Drew, but I want to get your guys' take on this. There's two types of conspiracy theories, and some are sort of, I don't subscribe to the full tinfoil hat. I've said I don't have a tinfoil hat, but it's a yarmulke. You know, it doesn't cover the whole head, but it's starting to grow a little bit, the tinfoil yarmulke. But I thought to myself, all right, you talk about the last election, and you go, oh, there's people that think they hacked into the Dominion vote counting machines and ballot box stuffing and all kinds of shadowy figures at night, you know? And then I go, well, that's a conspiracy theory. Maybe it lives in some reality, but I don't really buy into that. But there's another election was hacked theory, which is the 51 experts from the CIA and the FBI signed a document that said Hunter Biden's laptop is fake and it's Russian collusion. And then Biden pulled that out during the debate and said they've signed it because the CIA and the FBI doesn't want Trump to be president. Neither does CNN. And then CNN gets hold of the story and goes, yeah, it's all true. And the laptop's not fake. And then they put a story up and they take it down from social media. That is election tampering, but it's believable election tampering. Right. You know, it's not conspiracy theory. So you got a chick, and she runs the Secret Service. And she's a friend of Jill Biden because she was on her detail when she was vice president. When he was vice president, she needed her own detail. And evidently, this woman was a Secret Service agent that was on her detail. Yeah. And they became friends, probably only two women in the room half the time, but a lot of time in the back of limos, a lot of time hanging out in hotel rooms and clearing hallways and stuff. And so when Joe Biden became president, Jill Biden, who seems to have some input with Joe, and by the way, everyone who becomes president has to disavow their fucking nutbag wife right at the inauguration, right? Just go, listen, I'm telling you three things. We're going to fight like hell for this country. I'm going to bring us back to the world stage and get us respect. And I'm not going to listen to my fucking nutjob shrew of a wife. She'll have no influence. Don't worry about it. I'll let the bitch live with me. But there's no fucking way she's affecting policy any way, shape, or form. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Yeah. Oh, thanks, sweetheart. Yeah, bring it in. Yeah, so he appoints her head of the Secret Service, probably because Jill went, hey, you know who I like? She's good. She's been around for 27 years. A little diversity. Get a female in there. It's never been before. Your president likes a diverse cabinet. Do that. And Joe probably went like,
Oh, sure. Well, we all got cabinets. We put stuff in them. We can do whatever we want with our cabinet. Put some Frosted Flakes in there.
Right. He got interviewed like 5 days ago, and they're like, Joe, have you spoke to the head of the Secret Service? He's like, I haven't spoken to him yet. It's like, it's not it. It's a chick. Okay. Maybe he wasn't that involved with the process, but Jill doesn't. All right. Jill Biden has to hate Donald Trump. I mean, and not only hate Donald Trump, thinks he may be Hitlerian, thinks this may be the end of democracy, right? So now you got Jill Biden, she hates Trump, and then you got the head of Secret Service, and she presumably hates Trump as well because she's appointed friends with Jill and appointed by Joe. So here's the conspiracy theory that makes sense. It's not two shooters or this guy's got a burner phone and he's talking to the Kremlin or this 20-year-old guy's been corrupted by the Iranian government or something like that. It's more of a simple Occam's razor type conspiracy theory, which is the Trump campaign calls the chick and goes, hey, could we get a couple more guys out here? You know, we're drawing huge crowds. You know, Joe's not pulling. He's not drawing quite, but we got a lot of people showing up, and we could use a little more Secret Service protection. You throw a few assets our way, and she'll go, hold on a second. Jill, guess who wants what? This guy wants me to fucking send more so I can what? Help him win?
Yeah.
How about he uses some of his own fucking money that he's been using to pay off porn stars and fucking hire a few security guys? Hold on, let me come back. Yeah, listen, we're stretched pretty thin about now, but good luck with local guys out there. All right, thank you very much. Well, that part makes sense.
Yeah.
That part makes sense.
Totally.
Why are you helping?
No.
The person you're running against, especially if that guy's Hitler. What if Hitler's security detail called in? Yeah, the Fuhrer's pretty. He's got his lederhosen in a bunch. He says he wants more protection. I'd be like, yeah, well, tell Adolf he's on his own. Yeah, maybe that mustache will protect him. All right,
Tom Selleck was protected.
Tom would, but that part makes sense to me. All right, Adam Ray, let me give you a plug.
Please.
Jason Mayhem Miller, let me give you a plug as well. Adam, where do we go for all? I mean, who has more going on than you?
Well, we got AdamRayComedy.com for all my tour dates. I'm in Providence on Thursday for 2 sold-out shows of the Comedy Connection. There are still some tickets left in Boston, Friday and Saturday at Laugh Boston, and then Sunday 2 shows in Jersey at the Stress Factory. First show sold out, second show still rocking. Next week at the Punchline in San Francisco, August 1st through the 3rd, and then Pittsburgh Improv, August 15th through the 17th. Dr. Phil Live shows once a month at the Comedy Store will sold out through November. The theater shows, again, Philly, DC on the 25th and 26th of October. The Beacon in New York, November 15th. All that at AdamRayComedy.com, as well as my podcast about last night. And I'll be on Impractical Jokers on Thursday. I'm in a new Paul Feig movie with John Cena that drops on August 12th, I believe, on Amazon Prime called Jackpot with Awkwafina. And then, you know, hopefully my own show soon. Trying to ride this bump, you know?
Yeah.
That's been the plan the whole time.
Bump,
yeah,
man.
Ride the bump, just like my son. Ride the bump.
Mayhem.
No one knows about bumps more than Hunter.
You went Twitter, Instagram.
Oh, yeah, and I'm on TikTok now.
All right,
gotta be,
look,
baby.
Look for the proper technique. All right.